Welcome back to the channel. We're at the beautiful Cohasset Golf Club in Cohasset, Massachusetts. There's my buddy Derek. First hole here, only about 360 yards, par 4. This is a Donald Ross design though, so the trouble's going to be up by the green here. Just taking a 2-iron, put myself in position, somewhere out there, 220 or so. And this was a decent shot. Got me in the middle of the fairway, flat lie. Had about 140 up the hill, in between a 9 and a pitching wedge. Opted for the pitching wedge because over the back of this green is just a lot more dangerous than in front. And you'll see this pitch winds up pitching left, so I go up down into this valley, well below the surface of the green. I got my 56, so not an easy shot, but like I said, over the back is really dead. So this isn't a terrible miss. And this was a decent shot, checked up by the hole, kind of pin high. And I probably have about 10 feet here for par. It's swinging left to right, and I did not play enough break. So unfortunately, we'll start off with a bogey here on number 1. Moving on to the second hole. This is my buddy Jeremy. He's the member at Cohasset. You can see this is par 3, about 158. He hits a good shot here. It's just on the front of the green. So I opted for a 9-iron. That's about my 150 club. The next club would put me pin high or just past. So I didn't want to flirt with the back edge of the green. So this was a good shot. You'll see here in a second. I wind up pretty much right in the middle of the green. We'll see that in a second. This is my buddy Ryan. So he has a good shot here as well. He actually got it all the way back there to pin high. Just a little bit left. This is a great shot. All right, so you see I have probably about 30 feet. This is a big swinger. You can't see it on the camera as well, but I'm kind of on a spine. Everything's going left to right here, and there's a ridge, and if I go way too far left, it'll stay up on top, but you can see it swinging down. I thought it would make it all the way down to the hole, but it leaves me that kind of 4 or 5 footer down the hill, sliding left to right still. It's a tricky little putt. Somehow I missed getting the ball in frame here, but you'll see it come off the club here in a second, and fortunately I find the bottom of that cup. I think that was going to go 5 feet past, so that was a good make there. On to the third hole, par 4, 415, the number 1 handicap hole, down the hill, and you go a little bit back up the hill to the green. Obviously, I have driver here, and I kind of popped it up. I've been doing that lately, just getting too steep with it. It's like I'm hitting like I have an iron in my hand instead of a driver. Got to relearn how to hit up on the ball, hit that a little bit more effectively. So anyway, I got a 5-iron from 190. Didn't make great contact here, so it was never going to get up there, and I kind of pushed it right, and that's the bailout area here. You'll see here in a sec. I got a lot of green to work with, but I do have that ridge in front of me, so I got to pitch it up and over that ridge. So I'm working on trying to feel that here. And unfortunately, that wasn't quite enough. I didn't catch it perfect there. A little bit kind of clunky on the contact. So now I'm chipping for par. With my 56 here. Hit a great chip here. This stopped about a foot short. Sorry you couldn't see over the ridge there. Can't see the bottom of the cup. And as I'm going up here, my buddy's putting for his birdie from about 30-35 feet. So you'll see us go crazy because he makes it. That's a birdie on the number 1 handicap hole. It's a net eagle in any competition, really. So next hole, par 5, 553. Definitely a 3-shot hole for us. I think in my times playing at Cohasset, there's only been once I've actually taken a 3-wood and tried to get up there. This one made it automatically a 3-shot hole. So I kind of hit that driver not very far, kind of hit it on the top of the club. Now I'm just hitting a 9-iron, didn't catch that very well either. But fortunately it did squeak out onto the fairway, but it's going to leave me about 180 yards. I mean, I wanted to get somewhere around 140, maybe 150. So definitely chunk that 9-iron. In any event, I got a 7-iron, but I start drawing this, and it's headed towards that rock over there. Fortunately, it winds up just short of it. You see here, I'm just below the green. Pitching back up, so everything's working left to right from our vantage point, right to left on the camera here, from my left to right. And I hit that a little too firm. You can see it swing around, so now I still got about 8 feet left for par. And unfortunately, that was low all the way. Didn't hit it hard enough. So we'll tap in for bogey here. Moving on to the 5th hole, short par 4. Could kind of take driver here, but the usual play, I usually hit a 5-iron or 4-iron. Just put it out there and play, have a simple wedge in. There is a creek that crosses, so if you don't catch a driver pure, you could wind up in it. And this was a good strike. So you'll see here in a second, this leaves me just with about 95 yards, a comfortable 56 degree. Aiming just left to the pin. And this one came off well. It was nice. I think it actually pitched. You'll see me fixing my ball mark here in a second. About pin high and spun it back a little bit. We have a good look, probably about 15 feet or so. And there's Derek. There we go. And Jeremy's gonna remind you to give this video a thumbs up right there. So here we have 15 feet or so for birdie. I'm playing a little bit right to left, and it just breaks after the hole. So I just narrowly missed that. So we'll tap in here for par. And we were hoping someone would make a putt here, because we all had decent looks. So we'll watch Derek's, and I really thought this was going in. This looks so good. Anyway, moving on to the 6th hole, par 3, 140 yards up the hill. The pin is on the back tier. It's really not gettable. If you fly it up on top, you really got to stop it. So once again, I'm in between clubs, so I'm hitting a pitching wedge that I know is going to hit the ridge pretty much and come back.
Gotta get the train.
Leave me with that 35-foot putt up and over that ridge. If I had taken a 9-iron, you'd see Ryan back there in the blue shirt. It's probably where I'd be landing. If you go over, it's a very difficult chipper pitch coming back. So I opted to be a little bit short, putt up over the ridge, and I hammered this. Just hit it way too hard. So I went up about 5-6 feet past. It's a little bit downhill, a little bit left to right. And this goes right in the middle. It was beautiful. All right, so the 7th hole, par 5, only 493. May have been playing about 500 because the pin was actually on the back part of the green. Hit a decent drive here. And this will leave me in a decent position so I can go for it in 2. I got my 2-iron. I think it was 240 to the back, 220 to the front edge. And this one came off nice and pure. Thought it was going to chase up there. I guess it ran out of gas, because you'll see here in a second, I'm kind of on that upslope. I opted for the little Texas wedge, just go with the putter. It just felt like the right play here, take any kind of big mistake out of play, and this almost goes in for eagle. Just stops about a foot short. So a little tap-in birdie there on number 7. Moving on to the 8th hole. This is a tough little hole. Not very long, 375, maybe 360 I think it was playing. A little bit into the wind, but there's water everywhere. You see water in front of me, water left, water right. So I take the 2-iron. I found the left center of the fairway. So I was very happy with that. Then I just have an 8-iron from 150 yards. Playing into the wind, so playing it more like 160. And I look like I'm lined up way right, and I'm just pulling across my body. So maybe some sort of alignment issue there. I pulled out way left into the back bunker. Now I got my 60 degree. You can't see, I couldn't get the camera angle to get down there to see that ball. But I'm just trying to thump this out of there. Unfortunately, I have a lot of green to work with, and all of it running away from me. So kind of just a chunk and run, get it down there. Nice. This turned out great. I only have about 3 or 4 feet up the hill for par. And you can see that just curls in the right side, so we'll take it. Moving on to the 9th hole, par 4, 331 yards. Just got my 2-iron for position again. And that's right down Broadway, so that'll work. Really liking the 2-iron these days. Good club to keep me in position. And then I just have about 100, it says 108 yards, hitting my 52 degree. This pin is down in a bowl. That whole green is a little bowl. So you kind of just get it down there and you'll be, usually within 15, 20 feet. It's a relatively easy hole. Derek just cleaned up for par, a little bunker, sandy save there. And you'll see I have a chance here for birdie. And I thought this was going to go in. It just kept curling. The other one didn't curl that I thought was going to curl. That one curled too much. We couldn't find it, but we'll settle for a par. Here's Ryan cleaning up for par. He was also in the bunker. It's another sandy. Then we got Jeremy for par. See if all four of us can go for it. And we do it. It was amazing. So the front nine score was 38, a +2. Unfortunately, my camera battery was getting too hot on the back nine. I do have some footage, so I'll put that out like soon. But I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.